showtime. Welcome to the show. Are you ready?
Give me some, give me.
Is that free smoke I see?
Give me some, give me. Give me some,
CJ on 32s and you rocking out with free
The life of Jerry Bear, man.
TK's Garage.
You on a budget, man. If you rock with me, you need to rock with free smoke, baby.
Mess with Free Smoke Heavy.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy CashApp.
Beauty 392B.
Make sure y'all doing a free smoke. Hey, man, say, man, hey, man, support, man, rep for real, man.
Free smoke, free smoke.
Hey, free smoke, free smoke.
And you're watching Free Smoke.
Are you watching Free Smoke?
Free Smoke. Free Smoke.
Free smoke, free
Oh,
smoke.
rocking with free smoke, man. Make sure y'all subscribe. Yeah.
To the latest podcast on YouTube, Free Smoke.
Make sure y'all tune in to the free smoke family,
Free
man.
Smoke. Yeah!
Damn, why we seem like we was a little delayed today? Like it was just like, yo, it was like extra long before.
Free smoke, biatch. Yo, Pippin TV get me hyped every time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like sometimes we'll be dragging. Like I ain't gonna lie, like today I'm dragging a little bit, man. I had a long weekend with, you know, being out, sitting out in the sun with my son, watching him play soccer and everything else, man, doing work. So I'm dragging a little bit, but every time Pippin TV come up with that free smoke, I'm hyped. I'm ready.
Got no choice. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, yo. The end part just kills it right there, man. Just get you right.
That's what I'm saying. We ready, man. So, yo, welcome, man. Sunday fun day. Here we are again. Once again, we are in the building, man. Yo, I'm your boy FaTKaT. We got garage driven modern day muscle down below. If you don't know, you are watching Free Smoke, home of your automotive news for the culture. But don't forget that every single Sunday, just like you know, right now, 7:00 p.m. Eastern, we go live. And today is no different. You know what I'm saying? Sunday fun day, man. Here we are, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. We got a lot of people in the building. Yo, Milo in the building. Carlos DeJesus in the building. The Real New York in the building, man. Charles Calloway in the building. Ray, be on it in the building. Yo, I think I seen King DJ Slim in the building. Sean Parker in the building as well. Cali, of course, we got Cali in the building. As y'all know, man, Garage Driven's better half right there. Modern Day Muscle, as you know, is in the building, of course. Jen and Rails in the building. Yo, I just went on to Jen and Rails' live show, you know, under Free Smoke. But if y'all don't know, that was me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so yeah, there was on day live on IG, man. So at the end of the day, man, even though we had the show coming up, we still try to go in and show love. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, show our presence out and about to different people, man. So let them know that we also support you guys. We appreciate the support, and we also support y'all. You know what I'm saying? We definitely going to reciprocate that. So even if it's just for 5 minutes, because we're getting ready to, you know, to go on live, we still gonna come in and show that support. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yo, Don Meeks, come on, man. In the building.
Yo, crazy.
Yo, yes, sir. Big time praise for CJ, man.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, big time praise for CJ, man. You know, but CJ is a strong individual, man, a strong character, man. Like he definitely is blessed, man, and he got the will. If anybody got the will to fight through anything, it's definitely CJ. You know what I'm saying? So a big time shout out and definitely praise up for CJ. Yo, but yes, Randy Toro in the building as well. Yo, we got a good one for y'all today. Yes, sir. Yo, we got a good one for y'all today. Yo, you know, some of y'all, it's kind of a change of pace, man, because you know, I ain't gonna lie, like we kind of got into the groove of having like a lot of bigger YouTubers come on the show. That wasn't the plan. Like that wasn't that wasn't like the strategy. It just so happened to, you know what I'm saying, one came and then other people wanted to, started coming, and it just started snowballing from there. So we've been blessed in that aspect. Again, that wasn't the game plan from the beginning, but again, like we've always been preaching, we also want to make sure we reach back to people who may not have a huge platform as far as YouTube or to YouTube or whatever else. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? We got dope people that's in our, I would call it in our inner circle that's known us before social media, before the YouTubes, before, Free Smoke and everything else, man. That also got a lot of dope, they got dope stories, and they got things to say as well. You know what I'm saying? And we also want to give those people the opportunity, man, to put their stories out there because they deserve that as well. You know what I'm saying? Not just the big YouTuber or the big social media person, but like I said, people that we know here locally, man, that again that they have a lot of interesting things about them and a dope story to tell as well, man. So today is that day. You know what I'm saying? We got our home team. Is y'all see it in the comments? Every single video, man. She's there. Every single video, man. Sometimes she's just hanging back, relaxing, and watching the show. Sometimes she got that timeout button on lock. You know what I'm saying? People be talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So she be on that timeout button.
Yeah, put your ass on timeout real quick.
Quick.
Big shout out to her because she really do be on it.
She be on that joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
What you gonna say?
Man. Now I was about to say salute to what's his name also, man. Gosh, my goddamn head went blank. Carry on.
Oh man. We'll carry on. We'll carry on. But yeah, man. So big time shout out to our guest today, man. Yo, like I said, it's going to be dope, man. Can't wait to hear, you know what I'm saying, everything she has to say, and I hope you guys are ready for it too. Real quick, big time shout out to Custom Instinct. Big time shout out to Kicking with Alvin. And yes, let's go ahead and do it, man. Yo, please, everyone, put your social media hands together, your virtual hands together. You know what I'm saying? Let's make a huge round of applause, you know what I'm saying, for the one and only ladies. Let's ride in the building. How you doing?
Hey guys,
you know what? We're gonna put you up here. There you go.
Yep.
Hey, so ladies, let's ride. I always say AKA Shannon because that's what we know you by. But ladies, let's ride. Appreciate you for joining us today. See, you got that free smoke, biatch. She got that shirt on. There you go. Hey, by the way, that shirt we have that shirt now available on our website. By the way, if y'all didn't know, Free Smoke merch is now available.
Go ahead, dog. Finish up. Sorry, I was gonna say one thing, but forget it.
Free Smoke shirt, Free Smoke apparel is now available on a freesmoke.com or freesmokeofficial.com, right? So man, you guys go shop your little hearts out, man. We got a lot of dope things on there, and and we got a lot more things to come. You know what I'm saying? With that being said, these are just the initial things we got on the website, but there's gonna be a lot of more things to come. Might have been most of this dropping in right now, man. freesmokeofficial.com. But what I was gonna say was, before the segue, the shirt that she's wearing is a special edition. Like that was. I was about to say that. That's I'm getting there.
That's what I was about to say.
That's me and Callie. Callie and I made that.
Right. That is a special edition, not for sale. You're not going to get that particular style or whatnot because they literally made those special or special edition, I guess, however you want to call it, before it was all on sale and everything else, available on the website. So they made that by hand. And then it went out to y'all went to St. Louis with those, right?
Dallas.
Nah, Dallas.
Oh, Dallas.
But it was just dope that they wanted to make sure that they were supporting Free Smoke. You know what I'm saying? To the highest level, man. You know what I'm saying? They went and made these shirts and was rocking them out there in Dallas. No matter, we did have other shirts too in Dallas that, you know what I'm saying, they rocked as well. But then we had the other ones we gave out too. You know what I'm saying? The people. So that's when the Free Smoke shirts became alive. Is when we gave out those 100 shirts, man.
Well, speaking of St. Louis, go ahead.
I was gonna say shout out to Dolly real quick. Dolly's y'all know is, if y'all don't know, is modern day Muscle's better half. And I'm sorry, Dolly, I'm gonna have to correct you real quick because Free Smoke does not have merch. We have apparel. You know what I'm saying? We do not have merch.
I almost spit my drink out. This guy.
we don't call.
She about to come in here. She about to come in here and be like, "What?"
Like, yo, listen. Nah, but you don't say actually. But this is something that you know what I'm saying. We had conversations about. We definitely want to get away from the word merch because we don't want to make this just something from our YouTube channel. Like we're trying to actually grow this into, you know what I'm saying, like something like a real brand and everything else with that Free Smoke on it. So, like I said, merch is kind of geared towards like, hey, this is my merch. This is my merch for my my YouTube channel. And like I said, we're trying to get away from that. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. But don't stab me next time you see me. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Yo, hey man, but real quick, again, Dog Meeks, man, appreciate you. Milo in the building again, Dalio, excuse me. Yes. Yo, let's go to get into it though. Ladies, let's ride. Like I said, I know we got a lot to get to, so let's go to get to it. Throughout periodically, that link will be dropped in the comment section for that freesmokeofficial.com, man. Y'all go check it out whenever y'all feel the need, man. And again, shop your little hearts out. You know what I'm saying? We would greatly appreciate that. Oh, by the way, it's some dope quality shirts, man. I ain't gonna lie. Some dope quality shirts. Garage Driven already got one, a prototype. And he was like, yo, this thing, it feels better than the ones that we originally had. You know what I'm saying? We went with the better quality from our first run. So just throw that out there. Nice and soft. It feels good on the skin. Simple. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Hey, but ladies, let's ride. Let's go to get into it. I know we wasted enough time. Hey, as we always do with all of our guests, right? Who is and what is, without giving them all too much at one time, because we got, you know what I'm saying, we got a show to do. We got more questions to ask. Right. Yeah, you've been here once or twice.
I've been here once or twice.
But without giving them all too much at one time, who is and what is? Ladies, let's ride.
Well, so I've been doing the car thing. I'm going to show my age. I've been doing it since I was 17 after my first car, and that was 27 years ago. So, woo! Yeah, exactly.
No.
I'm an old lady. It's okay, though. But no, to be honest, like when I first started with the whole car thing, I was dating this guy. Obviously, it was high school stuff. So we went to Slam Fest. I'm not sure if you guys remember Slam Fest back in the day, back in Orlando, when it first started coming out. So he had a slammed S10, and my first car ever was a Mazda 323 hatchback that my mom gave me. She put the rims on for me. I had 212s in there. So I brought some friends up, and we were going to go to the show, but it was cheaper as to enter the show than it was for spectators at that time. So I entered the show, wiped the car down, things were good. Next thing I know, I won third place in the Mazda division. It started it all off there. Just like that, I was like, oh, well, there it goes. And then it just went from there. And then when I moved to Orlando, probably 15 years ago, I started doing the motorcycle thing. And then, so I did the bike thing for like 10 years. And then I got into a pretty bad accident and went back to the car and been going from there.
Nice.
That's what's up.
The Ladies Let's Ride came because when I first started riding, there wasn't a whole lot of women that were doing it. And I was like, for a long time, I've always done car stuff and, four-wheelers and all that stuff. And I never thought it was okay for us to can you hear the rain? It just started pouring out here.
Yeah, we can hear it, but it's all good.
Real light. Yeah,
it's very mild.
Right.
Yeah, it's very mild.
So I just didn't understand, as a woman, it never occurred to me that I could ride a motorcycle. It was always like a backseat thing. And then I was like, why not? I remember seeing a girl on a bike once and I was like, I can do that. And that's how that started because I wanted more women to ride. And, I like beating the guys on the bike. So it was fun.
So wait, how if you feel like answering, how fast have you gone on the bike?
In Mexico, 171.
She ain't no joke.
And when I got there, I looked down. The bike had more to go. I had nothing left. I was like, I'm done. I quit. But yeah, 171.
Damn.
Woo. That's some speed.
It's fast.
That's that solid white line speed. You know what I'm saying?
That's something you can't see nothing else.
Damn.
Yes, that's
fun,
impressive and scary at the same time. But
hey, FaTKaT, how about you? I know you're a rider, or you used to be also. What was the fastest you've been on your bike when you had a FaTKaT?
I was on a ZX14. So the fastest I've been on that bike was about let me rephrase this. The last number that I seen was 180. After that, I never looked down again because you're just looking straight. But the last number that I seen was 180. But that bike tops out at a little over 200. So
same thing I did. But I looked down. I remember thinking, looking down. I was like, I'm done. That is it.
Plus, my bike had a lot of work done to it as well. It's I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Biker. I always explain this. I don't know if y'all ever seen that movie Biker Boys, where they get on the bike and they start going fast and then they get this tunnel vision.
Yeah.
Like it's literally like that. Like things just become one. The line in the road is one solid line. The trees all become one. Everything is one. It's just one blur. And you don't see nothing else. And like I said, I was down. I looked down and see 180, and I look back up. Obviously you're tucked on the bike, and I'm just peeled it back all the way. And I started slowing down once, like I'm riding, and then my mirrors were out here, and then they ended up folding in, and I was like, okay, I was like, all right, I'm going too fast. You know what I'm saying?
And the rocks. How about the rocks hitting you on the road?
Mm.
Oh,
well, and that's another thing I was afraid of too.
It hurts.
When I was going that fast, that's one thing I was like, okay, if I hit a pebble or something like that or a dip, I'm done. Yeah. But another thing, when you're on a motorcycle, man, like those trucks, you get hurt when you're in a car, and those, you can hear the debris and all that stuff hitting your car. Imagine being on the bike and that debris is hitting you. Oh yeah, that's different.
And that's a different kind of thing. So low, I couldn't even. I was trying to get inside the gas tank. I was stuck so low, I couldn't get any lower.
That's crazy.
But yeah,
it's fun.
Yeah, man. Definitely, two wheel therapy is definitely a thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's a dope feeling.
You ever thought of bringing that 2-wheel therapy to YouTube?
Me?
Yeah.
I'll be honest. My stomach hurts now. I'm nervous as hell being on this thing. I got to get over the fear of being in front of the camera. It's killing me.
Hey,
you're doing well. You're doing well. You're doing really well.
Yeah, after a while, it becomes like second nature.
Yeah, at some point. Yeah. I remember when I first started the bike thing, and I did the club stuff. They're like, oh, well, you need to go and talk to people. I'm like, what you mean I got to talk to people? I don't want to talk to nobody. And they're like, you got to talk to people. I was like, all right. So it became, like you said, it became second nature. I remember the first day I met Paul, we were at a Walmart. I can't remember who you were with the guy who had the white Charger at the time.
Oh, Nick. You talking about my cousin Nick?
Nah, not Nick. It's the little short guy.
Dwight.
Right. Yeah, Dwight.
Everybody knew who that was.
So I remember I was like, we were all lined up, and I'm like, I don't know those guys. I'm like, hey guys, I'm Shannon. How y'all doing? You come to hang out with us? What's going on? Nah, I just gotta get over the camera part of this.
Right. It's definitely different. A lot of people think that it's easy, man, but at the end of the day, it's different when you're, especially if you're out and about, like a YouTuber, like you're vlogging or you're doing whatever, and you're out and about with a camera, like around other people that's doing YouTube, it's fine. Like you feel comfortable, but when you got to go out to that parking lot, you got to go out to if you're at a store, you're at something like that, you're showing maybe you're picking up parts or whatever it is, but you're out amongst the regular public, you got that camera on,
right?
That's when it's okay, this shit is weird, and people are looking at you. And it's so crazy because YouTube is a known thing. People know there's people know there's vloggers out there.
But they look at you crazy.
But they just look at you like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you're one of them. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely interesting, and it's something that definitely got to get used to as far as being a YouTuber that's out and about. You know what I'm saying?
I need a new camera too. This damn phone of mine. I went to Puerto Rico 2 weeks ago. I'm trying to take videos of this beautiful beaches, and it's all like, it was like the waves in the ocean on my phone. So,
Oh, wow.
And shut up, nah, that was the Android I was using too. The Android.
See? See? Trying to get the Apple, man.
Oh. We're gonna start that early today, huh? Okay, we're gonna start that early.
Apple has this feature. Apple has this feature, brother, where you it keeps shaky video steady. You know what I'm saying? Only certain Android phones do that. Not all Android phones do that.
So FaTKaT, do not record with your phone, FaTKaT. We know you got a dinosaur over there now.
I do, my wife got a phone though. She just got, I forgot what kind of phone she got, but that joy takes some good clear pictures. I'll be like, damn.
Yeah, they different nowadays, bro.
Yeah. That's Android.
Yo, so ladies, let's ride. Like, I got a question, right? So where did all right, so you say you went to a car show and you know what I'm saying, you end up winning, third place. So obviously, you know what I'm saying, you had a reason you was going there for, you know what I'm saying, just to spectate, whatever it was, to show, you end up showing. But where did your love start, for cars and doing modifications? Because you said you had subs in there and all that. Well, where did that start? What was the moment that started you to say, I want to modify something on this car?
As soon as I bought it, my grandmother and my mother were like, listen, we're going to help you buy a car, but you have to buy it too. So I had to pay half. No lie, the car cost $1,500. So I had to pay $700 for the car, right? Mm-hmm. But as soon as I bought it, everything was stock. It didn't even have power steering. This is how old this car was. Okay.
Damn.
So when I bought the car, at the time I was dating a guy who was really big into music and the lowering stuff. And back in the day, if you guys remember, I don't know how old you guys are, but hydraulics were a big thing back in the day. And when you went to car shows, you didn't just go to car shows, pull up and pop your hood. We had carpet underneath the car. We had mirrors on the rims. It was a big deal back in the day. So I went to that one car show and that was it. I didn't know about speed. I didn't know about motors. I just knew about what the car was supposed to look like at a show. And from then I was like, all right, this is me. This is what I want to do. And ever since then, from then until now, it's, like I said, I took that little 10-year break with the motorcycles, but I've always loved cars. I've always gone to car shows. I've always had rims. I've always had subs. The car's always been lowered. It's just never been show quality until I got the 300. And to be honest, the first 3 years I had the car, I did the exhaust. That was it. I did nothing else. And then, hell, Paul knows he's done half the work on the car.
I did do a little bit of work for Shannon. You know what I'm saying? Got the car looking right.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of work on that car. Don't lie.
That car looks great.
Yes.
Yo, let me tell y'all, man. If any of y'all see her car in photos don't do it no justice, man. That's definitely a car. When you see it in person, you can't do nothing but respect the build. You're like, wow. Clean, perfectly put together, man.
And a lot of that has to do with you and your brother. Those rims just set it off. After that was it. So.
Yeah, and a lot of people just don't believe it that those are actually a factory wheel.
Yeah.
On this car, those are a factory SRT 392 wheel, and it just looks perfect on there, man. The offset, everything, just the car's immaculate, man.
Yeah, it's clean. It's clean.
Gorgeous, yeah.
Yeah. And let's be real, it looked good prior to with the 22s on it, but it's a whole different look now, and it's just clean and elegant. So
yeah,
it suits me better.
FYI, guys that's watching, man, I swear to you, Shannon could literally drive this car butt ass naked at 12 noon in the daytime, and nobody would ever know because the tint is that dark. I swear to you. The tint is that dark, yo. You can't see in her car. Doesn't matter what angle you look at, you're not seeing in there.
No, you're not. Not at all.
So with your 300, which is, I think it's it is 300. But what makes you just go for the 300s over the other Mopars?
So that's another funny story. Not a lie. So I had a Honda Accord, the V6 for 10 years, right? And it was that time I had to get a car. So I told my son, I said, well, I'll give you the car, but I'm going to get a car payment because I didn't want him to have a car payment. So I ended up switching cars. I traded my Honda for a Nissan Pathfinder. So I wanted the TL. I wanted an accurate TL. I wanted the S-Type. I found it. That's what I was going for. But the car was an 04 because I wanted the boxy style. The bank was like, hey, we're going to give you the loan, but we're going to give you an outrageous interest rate because how old the car was. So I was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do that. So I'm walking around, and I'm like, I see a 300. And I was like, oh, that's pretty. I open the doors, and it's all black. It's black on black. And I'm like, it's exactly what I wanted. So I went back in. I knew nothing about, I even said to I said, what does the C mean? I didn't know about a Mopar. I didn't know what a 300C was. I didn't know about a Hemi. I just knew that car looked pretty, and it was nice on the inside, and that's the one I wanted. And that's how I got it. So after that, it took me 2 years to even find Mopar people. I couldn't find a single club. And the next thing I know, they're all over the place. It took me forever to find Mopar people to hang out with. So
that's insane.
Yeah, and it was about probably 6 months later when I bought the car. I went to do the exhaust, and the guy that was doing the exhaust was like, "Yo, it's a pretty car." He goes, "Wait till you have to do the tune-up." I was like, "What do you mean? It's a V8?" He's like, "No, it's not." He goes, "A V8 is a V8, but this one's a Hemi. It's got 16 spark plugs." I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" So
that's the truth.
But ever since I found out what Mopar really means, what it's all about, I put headers on it. I got the leg maker intake on it. I did the MagnaFlow exhaust all the way through. I have the it's on coilovers. I don't know, they're probably 3 or 4 inches low, which I need to get them up a little bit. She's a little bit too low. I got 212s in it. I've done a bunch of stuff to her since I bought her.
That car is well put together, I must say. And I was just about to ask you. Go ahead.
I was gonna say they want to know where you're at, ladies. Let's ride. They want to know where you're located at.
Orlando. The Instagram is Ladies Let's Ride, so I'm pretty easy to find.
Yes, Instagram. Yep. If you can't, you come on. You got to be able to find on IG. Ladies Let's Ride on IG.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. Hey, let me shout out a few people that came in here real quick.
That looks good.
Before we move on.
Full on FaTKaT. That looks good. Look at that.
I took that picture too, by the way. That's a Shannon picture.
That shit looks good. Wow. Go ahead.
Yo, let me shout out ZTRD, man. Lefty in the building. You can't handle the truth real quick. Carlos Jesus, we already got you. But yes, that photo was in Old Town. Like I said, we're basically here local. Shout out TK's Garage, who was in the building as well. I don't know if he's still in here, but I know he came through as well. So I just wanted to shout out those people real quick before we move on. I'm sorry. Go ahead, continue.
Yo, so I got a question. Well, I was gonna ask you about the mods that you have on the car, but you already listed some of them already. You forgot about the front splitter though. That front splitter is dope, and it wasn't that picture just now. But yo, so what's in the plans next for the 300, like modification wise? What do you think is coming next?
I go back and forth. I've talked to you about it. Like I want to put a 392 in it. I want to buy a new car. I don't know what I want to do anymore with the car. Because I don't like all the extra stuff. I don't want to. Like, to me, the car is done. I don't know what else to do on the outside. I tried to do the starlights on the inside, and you know how well that went. That's still not fixed.
Yeah,
still
that's
not
crazy.
Fixed. But I honestly, I don't know. I don't know if I just let her be and buy something else. So I put a new motor in it because she's an old lady. She's an 07, so she's got 158,000 miles on her.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Oh yeah. Shannon car is a daily driver, and like
every single day, all day.
It looks that good. Salute to you, man, for keeping that up.
Thank you. So I don't know. Like I wanted to buy Neil's car, but that didn't work out well. There's some other stuff I'm looking at. I just don't know what else. I don't know what else to do. I'll be honest. I'm not sure. So
nice car though.
if you guys have some suggestions, let me know.
I say put a Hellcat mode in there.
Okay. All right. Now, all right, Paul. I don't have a Hellcat budget. I will say this though. You know what I did do yesterday? Like, I want to pat myself on the back. My coolant reservoir started leaking, and when I tell you there was literally just coolant everywhere when I came home from work the other day. I changed it all by myself.
That's good. That's good. Man.
That's
Yes, that's good.
I did that, and I changed the thermostat too.
What?
Yes.
Yo, that is crazy. They probably got some tools over there in your house.
I do. I even got a toolbox. So,
that makes you better than garage driven because you don't got a toolbox.
I got a toolbox. I got a Super Bowl.
It's not like a bag. Everything's stuck inside.
Yo, literally.
That boy knows what he's doing when it comes to working on
garage driven. But garage driven, what's up, bro? You got to move up, man. Ladies, that's why I got it. She got a whole toolbox.
Hey, bro, you need a cabinet, a toolbox, or a tote. Pick one.
Garage driven literally operates out of an oil pan.
Literally. Nah, that's exactly what it is, an oil pan, bro.
I know.
You know what? I bought that oil pan to like drain oil, and then my car hold too many quarts. I found that out the hard way. It wasn't my Charger. It was one of my Mercedes that I had. And I was like, man, I used it that one time, never used it again, just cleaned it out real good. Then all of a sudden, I just started throwing tools in there. I was like, and then it ended up being what it is now. Like, literally just stuff.
The legendary soup bowl of tools.
Yeah, that's funny shit now. Yep.
So, but you know what, though? That little oil pan he's got changed some. What did you change? The motor mounts in my car.
Motor mounts. Yeah, I did the motor mounts.
In the garage. And the
transmission mount. Yep. I think we're doing some work.
Yeah.
Yo, you kind of hinted at it a while ago, but you're saying you're not really sure, like in terms of your plans with your car, the 300. Let's just say you had your plan set on a car. What's the next car after the 300? If like the first thing that comes to mind.
I already know. I've already been looking at it. I actually want the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the high altitude. I know it's a V6, but it's a beautiful truck. It has everything I want.
Now they're nice.
And my mentality says leave the 300. I'm not going to get rid of the 300. She's saying. And then I can, if I want to go out of town, I can tow the car with me, that type of stuff. So that, but I want to keep the 300, but the Grand Cherokee is what I want. I already found one. I just got to pull the trigger for it.
I'm surprised you didn't, say like the SRT or something like that from the Jeep Cherokee. You know what I'm saying?
But I want a daily driver, and don't get me wrong, the SRT
fuel-wise.
Yeah, I mean, I drive like 20 miles to work and 20 miles home every. I know it's not too much, but that's
not trying to fill up every 3 days.
The way it is. So,
Trust.
I said you're not trying to fill up every 3 days.
No, I'm not.
Hell no.
It's not premium gas.
That's what I deal with.
It's not cheap.
Listen, that's what I deal with. I from here to where I worked was 28. I think it was 26 miles. So yeah, it was about every 3 days I was at the gas station. Let me tell you, when COVID hit, when everything was shut down, like I was like, bruh, like I was saving so much money. You know what I'm saying?
I was still
working. But we had to be home. I was working, but it was remote.
I wasn't.
So,
I was working from the job.
Shannon's still mad. She's still mad about that.
Well,
Shannon,
I ain't gonna lie.
Shannon, I've been home since October of 2020.
You know what? Don't rub it in. All right, don't rub it in.
Actually, you know what? That's what happened. No, so when it first hit 2020, everybody went home. But then after like a week, I did have to go back. But then my wife wasn't work. She was working remote, so that's what it was. I was driving her car. So that's what I remember. My car was sitting in the garage and the whole time. As a matter of fact, that's when I ended up having to buy. When I ended up buying like my trickle charge and all that, because my car was dead. If I didn't turn on my car because I got the lights and all that stuff, the aftermarket. If my car is not turned on like at least like 4 or 5 days, it dies. So
really,
at that time, yeah, because whatever. That's a whole nother story. But if it's like 4 or 5 days and my car doesn't, and I don't turn my car on, then it'll be dead. So during that time, it was literally like 3 months that I didn't even drive. I didn't even touch my car. I was just sitting there collecting cobwebs. So I was like, put that thing on a trickle charger and call it a day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, Shannon.
I was going to say, Ray has a good idea. He told me to raffle it off and get a new 300.
That would be a good idea. Hey. Well, I don't know if Shannon can let that car go. I don't think she can let that go. She can't let that car go. Hey, Shannon, can you
let me tell you guys.
Hold on, there was a question here. Can you drive a stick?
Yes. When I learned,
right there.
No, here, let me tell you the story. So when I was like 13 years old, my mom told me, she goes, "You'll never be able to get a driver's license until you can learn how to drive stick." So the first truck I ever drove was a F-250 out in the woods, and I had to learn how to drive stick. It was a second gear at that. But yes, God. I've had like 4 or 5 stick shift cars. Yeah, I could drive stick.
Nice.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Yo, so all right, I have my share of dealings. My fair part in dealing with car clubs and being a part of them. I had good experience. I had some good experiences, some bad. Mm-hmm. But my question for you is, what is your take on car clubs, and how do you balance dealing with like everyone's emotions and personalities with that many people? Because you are one of the main people in a car club, correct?
Yeah.
Yes. So tell us about that.
So I won't lie. Like car clubs, bike clubs. I did the bike club stuff too. It's at the end of the day, it's all the same thing. You have to. I've learned that everybody has their own opinions. They have their own emotions, and you can't get mad. I can't get mad at somebody for not liking my car. I don't like other people's car either. So I just take it with a grain of salt. Like I'm not going to be an asshole and say, "Oh, your car's ugly." That's not who I am. That's their build. It looks great. I've had my ups and downs, but the true people that I've met from those car clubs have still been true people to me. There's been people that I don't necessarily dislike, but I probably won't associate with anymore. There's stuff that I've learned too that I could say something and you don't have to agree with me, but that doesn't mean it's wrong. It just means it's my opinion. Yeah. And if I don't like something, that doesn't mean I'm a bad person because of it. Or if Modern Day Muscle says he doesn't like something, doesn't make him a bad person. It just means he doesn't like it. That's his opinion. What's the big deal? I mean, if everybody was the exact same person in the whole wide world, would it be an interesting life? No.
No, yeah, definitely not.
No, it's not. So when it comes to liking other people's cars, there's many of them I don't particularly like, but I'm not going to go and be like, now, really? Why you want to do some shit like that for? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Me personally, I always show love to everybody car. Like,
absolutely.
At the end of the day, yeah.
It is what it is. But if I have an opinion on it, don't bash me because of it. That's wrong too. Like, if I'm a genuine person, I'm not going out there to be like, oh, I'm better than everybody. My car is clean, but it's not flashy. It's not this big car that's gonna draw a bunch of attention. But I don't have lights on it. I don't have this on it. I don't have that on it. Doesn't mean it's a bad car. It just means it's not what I like.
Facts.
That's true.
I have actually, I'm not even going to go into it, man, but I have a very disdain taste in my mouth for car clubs. People that know me, know this already. But I'm just not a car. I'm not saying I don't like car clubs as far as other people. I respect their car clubs, everybody's car club. Me personally, I could never be in a car club or a motorcycle club for that matter. because I've had plenty of people that have been trying to get me to. They tried to give me a whole chapter one time, and I was like, no. I mean, they tried for like literally a year to be like, yo, bro, start a chapter over there, yo. You be the president, on a motorcycle club, and motorcycle clubs is probably even.
It's a whole different ball game. That's a whole different ball game,
right? And a motorcycle, but I'm saying motorcycle clubs probably even a little bit more. Like the people that are motorcycle clubs take that probably even a little bit more serious than even the car clubs. You know what I'm saying? For people that ride motorcycles, I was like, nope, I'm good. But I just can't see myself. This is just me personally. I just can't see myself like again dealing with all those different people, man. Like I said, you already got to go to work. You already got to deal with the boss. You already got to deal with whatever. But then to come home, you know what I'm saying? If you got a spouse, you got kids, you got whatever, like you already got to deal with all of that stuff as well. But then to be worried about is, oh man, I got to deal with, this person from the car club or that person from the car club. I have to go to this event because it's not mandatory. But if you don't go, everybody's looking at you like,
show face.
Like you're crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to go show face somewhere. I got to go to the show. I can't do it, man. Like let me know where it's at, and I might be there. You know what I'm saying? Like I will let you know if I'm going to be there or not. But if I tell you I'm going to be there, I'm going to be there. Yeah. But let me make that decision. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't let nobody tell me outside, especially if you're not paying me. Like, bro, if I cannot claim you on taxes, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the year, bro, you're not telling me where I gotta go and where I can't go. I'm sorry. It's just.
Well, I will say this about the one that I've been in for a while is no one tells me what I have to do, what I gotta do. I mean, there's some people that. Because I'll be honest, in the past like 4 or 5 months, you got, like you said, you got work, you got life, you got this. I haven't been out like I used to be out, but no one tells me, you can't be a part of the club if you don't come out. That part of this club I like because I don't have to per se. You don't have club meetings or you don't have mandatory events and you don't have all that stuff. But I haven't been out like I used to be out, so
I mean, that's always good, but and if you can find a club that doesn't put that burden on you, then dope. But at the same time, and this is just from the outside looking in, we've done again outside looking in because I'm not a part of any club. But like I said, some of the drama that be going on there too, be like, bro, I got time with that.
Shannon, are you drinking right now? Why are you drinking that right now, huh?
I mean, listen.
I don't gotta work tomorrow either. So
yeah. She did the straight. Hey, she did the Kermit real quick, like
right. Because listen, again, from the outside looking in. Like we've even dealt with that. Before Free Smoke and everything else, when we were just our individual entities, myself, Garage, Driven, Mountain and Muscle, and a bunch of other people, especially when we were doing YouTube, right? And actually I told him, and I don't got no gripes for saying this. I mean, I told Garage Driven since the beginning, like I think in 2019, I told him, I said, bro, I'm not the type to be out and about all the time and all these meets and this and that. I used to do that when I was younger. But I don't do that anymore. I literally go to work, I come home, I go to my kids' events, and I come home. I still modify my car, and the only time you're going to see it is on a highway to and from somewhere, for the most part, right? But at the end of the day, this is just in my later life now. When I was younger, yes, I used to go to all the meets and the clubs. The meets and the car shows all the time, right? But with that being said, when I got back into YouTube, I was like, okay, I need to go out more, I need to get out, be a little bit more personable, right? And, we be having events, we be having this and that and third, whatever, FaTKaT is doing this or going to this meet, whatever. Oh, is so-and-so club going to be there? Because if they go, we can't go.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, I used to be a part of a club. I was like that.
And that's when I was like, you know what? This is exactly the reason why I stopped messing with this stuff, man, because
the last car club
grown-ass people. And they're gonna be there. They're gonna be there. We can't go, or it's gonna be trouble if we see them over there. Not like, bro, we ain't got no time for that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about to say the last car club I was a part of, that was my issue. Was like, like you can't go over there with this, whatever. Like, if you go to someone else's event, they had a problem with that. Like, bro, this is my car. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, that ain't going down like that, man. I'm out of here.
Yeah. My biggest problem, the last car club I was in, my biggest problem was just self-respect. Like if I'm talking to you a certain way, you know, and I'm showing you respect, I would expect that you show me respect back. Don't talk to me, you know, crazy out your mouth. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Well, you know why that is? Well, you know why that is? Because in the car club, you know, or a motorcycle club, they got like wrecks and all this other shit. Like, why? Like you bought a car for the dealership the same way I did. What makes you rank more than I do? You know what I'm saying? Just because, like, what the fuck? Like, what? I'm sorry. Excuse my language. You know what I'm saying? But because you guys made this car club, because you guys made it up. Now you outrank me, so you could tell me to do this, or you could talk to me however you want to, or I'll hold this position in the car club. Man, that's what I got to say about it. I'm sorry. Let me stop. Let me digress. I'm gonna stop. Sometimes I go off the deep end. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Continue.
Just to put out a disclaimer, not every club is like that, guys.
No. But ladies, that's right. I mean, you know, at the end of the day, I don't say that about the entire club, right? That's just what I have in general. Because if I meet two people in the club, I've never like be like, oh, you in this car club? Oh, I don't mess with y'all or whatever. So, you know, people, I treat people as individuals. I could care less what banner you got on your car, what sticker you got on your car. If you are cool people, man, you are cool people and you good with it.
Absolutely.
That's simple.
Yeah,
simple as that.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I will say this though. Recently, I've had more fun going out of town meeting. So we went to Jacksonville 2 months ago. I can't remember the name of the King of the South.
King of the South, yeah.
King of something, right? So it was the coolest part. And even when we went to Dallas, it was cool too. Like there's people I follow me back on Instagram that I got to meet in person. To me, that was cool as hell. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I know that car. And then people coming up to my car like, oh my God, I've seen that car so much. It's nice. And vice versa. To me, that's like, I like that part of it, meeting new people versus the same thing every weekend.
Every week. I get it.
No disrespect. It's no disrespect to nobody.
But you know what? Meeting new people is fun though. You know what I'm saying? Because
I'm a people person. That's what I want to do. I want to meet people.
Exactly. When when you see you see each other's bills out there, like, oh yeah, I know that car too. I see it on Instagram. And you meet the person. Yes. You meet the person that's behind that car because a lot of these
have a conversation. Yeah.
A lot of people don't put their face neither on their Instagram. They kind of hide behind their cars. I always try and put a picture of myself here and there, or whatever. Sometimes, but for the most part, if you look at my Instagram, it's gonna be mainly my cars or whatever. But I do have 1 or 2 pictures in there myself, like I said. Right. But some people, you would never find a photo of them on their Instagram. It would literally be just their car. So when you literally see the car in person, you're like, yo, who's driving this? Like, I know this car.
Yo.
Yeah, exactly. When we pulled up in Dallas, do you remember the black Hellcat that was parked 2 or 3 cars down? The slam one on bags. I think his name is
yes. I know
Indy
that car.
My Cat, I think.
I know what you're talking about. Right? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I remember that car.
First of all, I love that car. That car has always been one of my, it's just clean, right? Yeah. So I walk up to it, and I'm walking all around it, I'm looking at it, and he's standing there. I'm like, hi, I follow you. He's like, who are you? But anyway, we had a nice conversation about the car and what he was doing with the car. To me, that's a lot more fun and more personable than, the same every weekend. And again, no disrespect to the every weekend thing, because that's what people do, but I like that part of it. So
all right, this is the last thing I want to say about it. What Garage you mentioned, people don't even you wouldn't even know who drives a certain car. I remember when I first, was getting back into the, trying to be more personable, more social type of scene. Again, because I started my YouTube channel with my car. And then I started my IG. I wasn't even on IG before I had my car. So I've been on IG literally 2 years now. You know what I'm saying? Before that, I didn't even have an IG. So I started seeing, people, out and about, local people, I should say. And I was like, oh man, whatever, right? So I remember I met up with some people that, I'm not gonna say any names, but I met up with some people that I know here, or I know that they were local. When I say local, I mean Central Florida. So it could be, all Central Florida, right? I met up with them, and we ended up we actually ended up going out of town. Drove all the way out of town and everything, right? And this car the car itself was very, very well known. A lot of people knew about this car. Very popular car. But when I see, remember, I'm fresh. Like my car, I think my car maybe had tint on it at the time. Tint, and I think I had just did like my I had just painted my spoiler and like my brakes, whatever. I had the car like 2 months, basically, a month and a half maybe. Anyway, I go out of town with these people, and like I said, very popular car. And it blew me away when we got to the spot. I seen this person park their car, you know, clean it up or whatnot, and walked and then got out the car, locked it, and walked to like the other side of like the parking lot, and then put out a chair and sat down from like way on the other side to go to see who was gonna be looking at this car. I'm like,
that's crazy.
I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what is going on? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I've never experienced that. And I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, wow. And that's when it dawned on me that people literally are so afraid to talk to people, or they're so afraid to be around people. Like, you know, they do all this work to the car, but they cannot show their face. Like they put their car somewhere and that's their trophy and they're nowhere to be found. Like they go somewhere else and look from afar to be like, you know, who's watching, who's looking, who's this and that and the third. But you would never meet that person because they ghost. I'm sitting there with my car. My car wasn't even 2 months fresh out the dealership. And I'm sitting there with my car and wiping it down. People coming on, yo, FaTKaT. You know, people had already seen my channel. And I was like, yo, FaTKaT, da 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 da. I'm just talking to like different people, and I'm new to the scene. These people been in the game, very popular cars, and they sit on the other side of the parking lot because they scared to talk to people.
If you catch us at a car show, you're gonna have to ask us to move if you want to take a picture of the car, because we're gonna be sitting all in front there like this in our chairs, chilling. You know what I'm saying? Even if we're in the back of the car, you might take a picture of the car. Guess what you're gonna see behind us sitting down, chilling out.
I'm always chilling right by my car, man. But anyway, I digress, man. Let's move on. Like we could talk about this all day.
Shannon, I got another question for you, yo.
All right, I'm listening.
I know you spoke about, you know what I'm saying, you know, falling in love with motorcycles and, you know what I'm saying, all that good stuff. But like, where did the love for that start? Like, where did you see like a bike or something and was like, yo?
Yeah, I remember the day. So, again, this was a long time ago. So I was in the car with my ex, and we're coming down we're driving home or whatever, and I see this chick on a bike, and I'm like, that's a girl. Right? Like I've loved motorcycles, I've ridden motorcycles, but again, it never occurred to me that a woman could ride her own bike. And then I saw a chick riding a bike, and I was like, oh no, I can do that. I could do that. So probably about a month or two later, I was like, because I don't know if you guys remember, FaTKaT, you might. Do you remember back in the day, you didn't have to have an endorsement to ride a bike, right? You could just buy a bike and ride. You didn't have to have an endorsement. Wasn't the law. Then the law changed.
I ain't that old, Shannon.
Shut up, FaTKaT. Damn. Hey. Whatever. Back in 2009. Anyway.
I'm sorry. No, she's right though. She's right there. Yeah, you didn't need endorsement, and you definitely did. You know, like right now, like when you go. I'm sorry to cut you off. You know, like when you go buy a car, you gotta have insurance before you leave out the lot.
You didn't have to have that neither. Yeah, back in the day. FaTKaT just cut him in. No, you didn't have to have no insurance neither. You could literally just pull up there.
The law still says you don't have to have bike insurance. You don't have to. You don't at all.
Oh,
you don't have to wear a helmet. You don't have to have insurance. But if you don't wear a helmet and you get into an accident with no insurance, you're at fault.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I decided as soon as I saw her, I was like, wait a minute, I can do this. I can ride. So I went to the class, and I remember I had never ridden on a motorcycle. I had never driven. Like I wasn't a rider. So I'm in the class, and you know, you have to, that's the very first thing they do. They put you on these little 250 cc's, kind of like cruisers, motorcycles, right? So they want you to turn it on, but walk the bike across the parking lot. Cool. So then they're like, okay, now you're gonna turn it on, take your feet up and drive. So we did. And you know, so throughout the day, the guy goes to me, he goes, so hey, how long have you been riding? I said, today. He goes, no, really. How long have you been riding? I said, no, really, today. He goes, I know the laws are changing and whatever, blah, blah. You can be honest. I said, honest to God, today is the first day I've ever been on a motorcycle. He goes, why do you look so much more comfortable with your feet off the ground than they do on the ground?
That's
it was
crazy.
just like, when I put my leg over that bike, it was instant. It was instant.
So, you want to know what I did when I first got my motorcycle endorsement? You want to know what I did mine on? Because you got to do the classes and all, right? And I did mine. I did mine on in the military because I was already in the military. So I did it on the military installation. But I did mine. You got to do your safety course or whatever so that you can get your endorsement.
Yeah.
I did mine on I had an R1.
You really?
That's what I did. That's serious.
That's crazy.
I already had an R1, and people were using those little like trainer bikes and all that.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there getting my endorsement on an R1.
How did you get a figure 8 on an R1?
How did I do it?
Yeah, because I couldn't do it. I put my foot down. It's the only thing I had a negative point on.
I don't remember it being hard at all because those bikes are pretty nimble.
That's the only thing that scared me was that figure 8 because you got to come through the cones, right? And the
Right.
cones are not that far apart. So that scared me. I was like, nope, put down.
I don't remember it being hard, but one thing with me though, I've never been scared. I've always respected my bikes.
Yes.
I've never been scared of my bikes.
Yes.
I've always respected them. I've never been scared of them though.
Yeah.
So even from the beginning, I was good.
I have a saying about that. Like, so all three of you guys are best friends, right? I mean, you could say that, right?
Yep.
So, like, I have a best friend. What happens if you disrespect your best friend? She's going to do it back, right? 9 times out of 10, you're going to get disrespected. But if you disrespect your bike, 9 times out of 10, she might kill you. So you can't disrespect your bike. You always got to show her respect. That's how I've always lived. Like when I've always had an R6 and 2 R1s, and that's how I've always ridden. Like, she's bigger than me and she can hurt me. So,
Well,
my accident was the same thing. I was sitting at a red light. Guy just ran me over. So
That's crazy. Yeah.
I was about to say, well, on that note, no offense, FaTKaT and Paul, but I'm gonna keep my head on a swivel.
that's how they tell you to ride a bike too. Keep your head on a swivel.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, so excuse me. How do you balance being a part of like the bike community and the car community at the same time?
I do what I think is necessary for me to do.
She'll be like, yo, I ain't pulling up tonight.
I'm not coming. If I don't want to go, I don't go. It's that simple.
Well, I feel you on that. And
I'll be honest, I'm not quite into the bike scene as I used to be. After my accident, it took me almost 3 years to even get back on a bike. It scared me because I didn't do anything wrong. I was sitting at a red light and the guy ran me over. Like, my feet were on the ground when he hit me. So it took me a long, long time to get back onto.
Did he hit you from the back? Like he came right through?
So I don't know if you guys are familiar with Goldenrod and the 408 right here, like Lake Underhill. And you know how when you're coming down the 408 to get off on Lake Underhill, you go right or you can go left. I just happened to be sitting at the opening of the guy to turn right off of the 408, and he hit my back tire and ran me over.
Wow.
Yeah, he broke my collarbone. I had surgery twice. So it took me a long time.
Hey, shout out to the SRT guy in the building real quick. Hey, but you know what though? I kind of understand. I guess I've only been in one motorcycle accident. I've only they always say a big saying in the motorcycle world community. For those, I think we got a few people that's in the comment section that ride motorcycles. I see their comments kicking it with Alvin, Jen, and Rels to say a few. But anyway, there's one saying in the motorcycle community. It's not if you go down, it's when you go down, right? Yeah. Because it's going to happen to everybody. And the other saying on top of that, to caveat that, is you're not a real rider until you go down at least once. they always say that as well. They always say that as well.
I ain't trying to go down there. Nah.
Yeah, that's
especially with these, especially the way that my bones are set up now that I'm in my 30s. Like, nah, I ain't trying to go down.
I'm about to say, yo, bro, that's messed up. You ain't a real rider till you go down. Damn.
But let me tell you this though, right? I've only been down once in my life on my R1, as a matter of fact. my first bike, and my R1 was my first bike. But I know some people are like, "What? You go to R1 for your first bike?" I went straight to a leader bike.
I wish I would have.
I didn't want to mess with no 600 with it because everybody knew that I got 600s from the beginning, unless you were doing stunting. Like if you were stunting right or whatever, that people like the 600s because it's smaller and easier to maneuver. Right. But like I know I just wanted to ride, right? So like I wasn't gonna be doing stunting and all that. So I was like, for people that got 600s and they were trying to just ride, they ended up getting rid of the 600 within like a few months and moving up to leader bike. So I was like, okay, I'm going straight to a leader bike, this way back in the day. But anyway, so I remember I was going to sell that bike. I was getting ready to sell that bike. And actually I already had it sold. The guy already gave me half the money. And I was like, hey, I'm gonna do one last ride before I go. My wife told me, she was like, don't go.
Nope.
I was like, nah, man, it's just one ride. She was like, you already got the money, you already got it sold. Do not get on that bike again. Yep. And I was like, nah, we good. It's just one. I'm just going. It was like the next, whatever, state over where I was. I was in Louisiana, and we were going into Beaumont, Texas, which is probably like an hour and a half ride through some back roads. Anyway, but we got to the destination, no problems. There was probably about 20 of us because it was my ceremonial, last ride for this bike or whatever. So it was like 20 people, and we just chilling on the back roads. You know what I'm saying? It was a dope ride. We got there, had some lunch there, All right, we're heading back. We're literally, like, remember I told you, it's almost a 2-hour ride. We're like 20 minutes from the house now, and there's a T. There's a T, right, where we had to go to, and I had to make a left. The simplest thing. I'm chilling. I'm making my left. I'm going like 5 miles per hour. Caught a patch of sand. Yeah. Next thing you know, man, the back gives way a little bit, and so you're turning, right? Not fast, but you're still like turning, so you're leaning a little bit, and when the back gave out, I'm like, oh shit! So my bike stood up. When my bike stood up, I'm still like, I remember I'm supposed to be making a left, but now I'm going like straight to a pole. And you panic. You're like, oh, and when you panic, and then the best thing would be to do is you kind of let go of the throttle. You can kind of get back on track. But when you're panicking, when you go like this, and when you go like this on a motorcycle, what happens? Your throttle goes back. So now my bike picks up steam. Man, all I see was that damn street sign, and it's right before I hit it. I just kind of like laid the bike to the side a little bit, and I smacked it right in the middle. Boom! Oh man, I had I think I pulled something like in my groin, pelvis section, but I couldn't walk like straight. Like I was limping for like months, and it was I wasn't even like going fast. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just saying like so I know I was messed up, so I could just imagine you being in an actual like big time real accident, how that must have messed up with your psyche. And one of the things about riding a motorcycle is you got to be right up here before you even get on the bike, before anything else. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but anyway, so long story short, man, I cracked the frame, everything else. The guy still ended up buying the bike because I literally called him. Like I took the bike to the shop the next day. By the way, I picked up my bike. Like the bike fell on me. I had so much adrenaline going through me. I was like, fuck, motherfucker, fuck it. I was cursing up a storm. I was trying to pick my bike up by myself, man. 2-3 people. We had about 20 people. I probably was at the back at this point. So we probably only had about 5 people behind me. So everybody stopped and they were like, yo, calm down. And I was trying to pick up my bike because I was just trying to like, and they picked up my bike, man. It turned on and I was like, let's go. And I jumped on my bike and rode home without even checking it. Home? I rode it home, but I felt that I was kind of like riding sideways. So when I got back to the house, I was like, "Yo, was I like sitting?" They was like, "Yeah, bro, like you were sitting like this and going straight." Yeah, it was crazy. But anyway, I was so pissed. But I took my bike to the shop the next day. I called the dude. I told him exactly what happened. I told him what it was going to cost to fix. Actually, I told him to come down to the shop so that the people could tell him exactly what's going on, how it could be fixed and everything else. and he appreciated the fact that I was honest. And like I said, the people from the shop itself told him what the damage was. Yeah, it could be fixed. It's going to be no issues after that. So I ended, he still bought the bike. Obviously, it's a little bit money out of my pocket to fix it, but all good though. But yeah, man.
Well, I want to say, like, I see some people are like, "Oh, we're not going to get bikes now." It took me 10 years to get into an accident, so like, I don't want people to not ride.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because riding is one of those things that it's an amazing feeling, especially when you ride by yourself, like not on the back. Now, I'll be honest, I'd rather be on the back of a bike now and just let somebody else take control. But I don't want people to not ride, like, because it's an amazing, amazing feeling to ride. So, I mean, it's just like. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was going to say it's just the same thing of your racers or whatever. I know I like to play a little bit on the streets too with the car, so it's the same. It's that same feeling, like it's just you're open and you're free, and I don't want people to not do it, but so.
Hey, definitely prayers for Bad Bunny. I did not even know.
I know, yeah. Prayers up for her.
Shout out to Bad Bunny.
Prayers for Bad Bunny. COVID-19, man. Hopefully she gets through that for real. But I will say this. The last thing I will say about it is, not too long ago, about a year and a half ago, maybe about a year ago. I get the most upset when I see people that like people in cars that they, some people ride bikes and they're stupid and they get into accidents or do whatever. But a lot of it, I'm sorry to say, but it's like, well, if you weren't going 150 miles per hour down the damn regular road, maybe you would have had, that car would have pulled out in front of you because you're a dot, you're a dot, and then you end up on them so fast like they can't even see. But with this particular incident, this lady was coming out. I mean, she had it was like a BMW X5, and there was a lot of traffic, but she was just like how people like inch their way into traffic to see if a car's coming. Well, that's what she was doing. And she ended up like inching, like half her car was in the lane, and this guy was coming on a motorcycle, and she was like literally so he laid the bike down. Luckily, he went past the car, but his bike I think like smacked her like front bumper and like spun, and then he looked, but luckily he went like past When I say I was pissed, because I was on the other side and I was looking at it directly, and actually, the guy like stopped right, and when I opened my door, like his head was like I could reach out and touch him. Like he was like he stopped that close to my car. So, I got out the car and I was like, "Yo, you good? You good?" He was just like, "Oh man." I could just see that he had like a little bit of scrape or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I was like, "Yo, you all right? You all right?" He was like, "Oh man." I cursed that lady. I mean, in the middle of the freaking street. I was like, "You fucking stupid bitch!" I went wild.
Oh my God.
I just went wild because at the end of the day, it's like, some people that ride bikes are I hate to say it, but they bring it on for themselves. This guy was just riding, normal, and she just like literally came out right in front of him, and I was so hot. I was literally 38 hot, and she was over there. She didn't even come over there. She was over there like, "Oh Jesus," like praying, and like I was like, I get it. I understand that.
Instead of praying to God, go see if the person's okay first.
Yeah. How about we go see when he's okay first? While I was cursing out, she was praying, and luckily he was all right though. All he wanted to do was he was like, "Get my phone, call my." I swear to God, he was like, "Get my phone, call my job, tell him I'm going to be late."
Late? I ain't coming in.
He ain't coming in.
I said the same thing when I was in the emergency room. I'm like, I got to call my boss and tell her I'll be in on Tuesday. They're like, "Shannon, you're not coming." "No, I'll be there working on Tuesday."
Wow.
Yeah. But you know what's so crazy about that incident though? I didn't even know, man. Look, let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all better be out there, be on your P's and Q's, because when that happened, within 10 seconds, I know nobody had that call because it just happened. There was a fire truck, like 3 undercovers, and then like a regular like police car out of nowhere. They were just amongst people, and I didn't even see them. But when all that happened, literally within 10 seconds, they were all there. I was like, what? Like 3 undercover cars, like this. I was like, whoa, that's crazy. So
anyway, he was lucky. But luckily,
Yeah,
he
was
wasn't
lucky.
injured neither like that. Yeah, he wasn't that bad. So
Yeah.
Yeah, he wasn't bad.
hey, but yo, I got a question for Shannon, man. Yo, and I would think that Shannon is badass. Yo, she don't take shit from nobody. So I got a question. Like, yo, have you ever experienced discrimination being a female in the car and or bike community? Either one.
You're joking, right?
I'm dead ass. I mean, like, you know how men, you know how.
Of course. Oh, especially so the car. You know, the car is again, it's not like a 392. So some people don't realize it's got a V8 in it. So, but you know, the biggest thing I always hear is, "Oh, that's your man's car." Well, can you tell me who my man is? I need to know who he is first because that's not his. But I'll never forget one night. And you know, the guys in the bike scene back when I used to really ride. You know, there was about a handful of guys that could beat me. But I remember we went to a bike night at Cycle Gear one night, and Noble. I used to ride in which my ex used to call them my hooker boots because they were the knee high, like 4-inch heel boots, right?
Yeah.
I love to ride in those. So I rolled in one day, and I was with my guys or whatever, and another club was out there, and it was like they call him a hang around. So he was talking to me. He goes, "She looks cute on that bike, but can she ride it?" And my boy said, "Why don't you go line up against her and see how she rides?" So yeah, all the time. It's all, I got a 1000. So you can't ride that bike. You're just gonna look cute on it. Okay, well then come ride. Same thing in the car. Oh, you don't know how to drive that V8? Okay, well come drive with me then. I might not beat you, but I'm gonna hang with you. I'm always gonna hang with you. So. Yes, I get it all the time. It's always my man's car, my man's bike.
Hey, they probably say the same thing when you beat their ass at the car shows, when you get that trophy.
Absolutely. Is that your man's car now? Yeah.
They be sick, I'm
put that
sure.
together for you.
So, it is what it is, though. I've learned it.
Hey, but you know what, though? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I was just going to say, just roll it off. It's all cool.
Let me ask you, though, real quick, because so we've been talking about bikes. I told you my first bike was an R1. You have an R1 right now, right?
I do.
You got an R1 now?
I do.
Now, the holy grails of the motorcycle community. Well, back in the day, used to be anything Gixxer, right? Now, speaking of the Suzukis, the holy grail is the Hayabusa, or now the last couple of years, the ZX14. Okay, I had a ZX14. Did you have you ever, especially if you're talking about going fast and stuff like that, have you ever considered moving up to one of those big boy bikes or big girl bikes?
So I've ridden a Busa, and don't get me wrong, like I've always been a back roads rider. I love the corners. That's it's always been my thing. And when I had the R6, the R6 are so light, I could throw that bike around. So I was going whatever. I took that bike to the track. Then I got to the R1, and that's when I realized I was like, oh damn, now this is a bike. Cause like the R6 was cool, it was fast, it did what it could do. You get on an R1 and it's just big. Like there's a bike up underneath you. Then I got out to the Busa. Those Busas are heavy as hell. Like I can ride it and it's all good. And if I go straight, I'm fine. Like I'll haul ass with you. But my thing is I like the corners. I can't push that bike the way I push the R1. I mean, do I want to ride one? Yes, they're awesome. But to have as a bike that I want to ride, no. And it's not because of the speed. Because I can handle the speed. It's I can't pull it down the way I want to pull it down.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't throw it around as easy.
No.
I would say that the leader the R1s, the 1000s or whatever, whatever leader bike you get from whatever manufacturer, those are kind of like the sweet spot of bikes, because they're light enough for you to throw them around, yet they're fast enough to get up and go as well. So I would say that the 1000s are the sweet spot, but don't get it twisted though. You can't throw around a big bike too. I used to throw around a ZX14 like nothing.
Well, yeah, you big
I ain't gonna say like nothing, but.
No, well, let me tell you, I had a club brother. His name was Junior. He's always had a Busa, and we would go out to the back roads, and that boy would be on my ass. He would literally. I'm like, if you don't get off of me, but because we'd be flying through those corners and he was right on me. So I know it's possible. I just know it's not for me to do. I can't do it. Like, I can't pull him down. So yeah, I would go straight. And I would take one like for long distance. Like my R1 is not made to go to Miami or up to like North Carolina. I mean, people do it, but it's not comfortable enough. That Busa, I would do in a Busa, yeah.
Right. So, yeah, it's definitely a comfortable bike. I love my ZX14 just for that reason, because I could just sit on it and just chill and, you know what I'm saying, go a long distance and everything else. But anyway, but I got a tough question. You know, we've been giving you all the easy questions.
Should be getting away tonight.
yeah. We let you off easy tonight. I ain't gonna lie. So I got a tough question for you. All right, you have to give one up. Which one is it, the bike or the car community?
Giving up the bike.
What?
Hey,
she said that quick fast. She said that quick fast.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great night, man. We'll be back next week.
Listen.
What?
Hold on. Don't get me wrong, I love my bike. But the day you get run over by a car on a motorcycle is the day you're like, I'm not sure if this is worth it anymore. You know, like if I didn't have a helmet on that day, I'd have died. So it's easy for me to give it up. Now that the car could do the same thing to me, I could die in that, but it's a little less in the car.
You're in that cage. You're in a cage.
I got a little bit.
I get that.
I don't want to give either one of them up. So I'm lucky enough to be able to have both and not have to worry about it. They're both paid off. So, I don't need to give up anything at this point. But
I get that. It hurts my heart a little bit.
Now, had I not had that accident, though, FaTKaT, if I had not had that accident, that'd been a hard question to ask. Because before you couldn't get me off that bike. I used to ride that bike every day to work. In my professional job, I would ride that bike every day to work. I'd bring a book bag with my dress clothes in it and change when I got to the office.
Damn.
So
that's dedication.
Yeah,
that's dedication right there.
So that question about 3 or 4 years ago probably wouldn't have been the same answer.
Yo,
that's crazy.
Yo, so let's say you had an endless bag, right? Any vehicle, what's sitting in your garage, and it can be more than one. Go.
I'd have a brand new R1, and I'd probably have a Hellcat out there.
Okay.
I know you guys like these supercars. I'm not a supercar girl. I don't.
Which Hellcat? Because there's so many to choose from.
There's so many flavors of Hellcat. Yeah, there's so many flavors of Hellcat.
I was about to say, because now it could be a Hellcat Durango, it could be a Tracker, it's still a Hellcat.
It could be a red eye.
It's gonna be a Charger. It's gonna
wide body.
Yeah. And I'm gonna have bags on it too.
Hey man, let me know. I'll install those bags for you. All right.
I'm gonna call Paul. Can you put them in for me? No, yeah.
Oh,
the supercars, don't get me wrong, they're beautiful, but they're not for me. Like that's not my cup of tea.
What about what about like JDM? What do you think about like a GTR or something like that?
I've never liked the GTR, not ever.
Wow.
It's a badass car though.
I know it is a badass car, but it's never been my. I just have never liked the car.
Yeah.
Like
she liked the big body. You could tell she liked the big body, just cruise.
Yep.
Big body joints.
Like,
you know what? You know what? She's a 4-door sedan person.
I am.
I see that
absolutely. Now. I've had a 4-door forever and ever. So
that's what I'm saying. Like the big body, just cruise and have a little bit of power, but look good.
And and this is no lie. So because everyone thinks that it's my man's car, I don't know if you realize the car, it doesn't look very girly whatsoever. It's not a girly car at all. But to me, so I want the whole car blacked out and no one knows who's in it until I step out. If you could see people's faces when I get out of my car, they're like, what? That's not your car. It's sideways. So if I ever did get like a Hellcat, it'd be all black. All black.
Nice.
So
that's what's up. That's what's up. And by the way, every time I've seen your car, it's always clean. And And let me tell you guys something. We I'll never forget. We rode to Georgia for the shindig. I don't know how she did it, but Shannon's car was the cleanest car when we left, during the drive, at the gas station, when we got there, at night, then when we packed up to leave. You know what I mean? It was just always clean. I was like, and so it was a black car. I was like, yo, like, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I doing something wrong here? Like, you know, like, damn, my car clean too, but she like putting, you know, no extra shine on that thing. Is that extra lotion you putting on the car or something?
Hey, Shannon must go through a lot of detail spray. Let's just say that.
I do. Actually, I remember that. I don't know if it was Modern Day Muscle, or if it was his girl who said, Shannon, stop wiping it. You're gonna wipe the black right off of it. It's clean.
I said that. Yeah. I said that. We was outside waiting to get into the shindig. Yes. And she there wiping the car, and I'm like, Shannon, I think it's clean. I think it's clean. You wipe it anymore, the paint gonna start to come off.
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, no, Shannon keeps a clean car, y'all. Shannon keeps a clean car. Yo, last question of the show. Any big goals or plans for the near future?
Car wise or like life wise?
Both.
Both?
Yeah.
So car wise, yeah, I want to get I want that Jeep. I really want the Jeep. So that's the goal there. And then honestly, in my life, I want to finish school. I want to go back and get my master's and see how far I can take my medical career, and see if I can maybe take over Orlando Health one day.
Boom. That's what I'm talking about. Boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's big brain goals.
I know. That's big shit popping right there.
Yeah, so big brain goals. I like that.
Yeah. That's
definitely what's up, man. So, hey, we want to extend the thank you one more time for you to come on here and share, you know what I'm saying, your stories and everything you got going on. You know, especially with traumatic experiences and all that stuff that you've had with riding and things like that. I don't know if we've turned some people away, but hopefully we did it, because, you know, through it all, good, bad, or indifferent, riding, there's nothing like riding a bike.
No, there's not.
There's nothing like it. And you know, you just have to have, I guess when you ride a motorcycle, you gotta, it's kind of the same thing like in a car, but you're a little bit more, you kind of gotta have it times 10 on a motorcycle. But not only do you gotta think for yourself, you gotta think about for everybody else around you. So like, you just gotta pay attention to that car, kind of see if that car is swerving a little bit, and you know what I'm saying, and you just gotta, you know, you gotta be ahead of everybody on the road, pretty much. But there's nothing like it. It's the best feeling in the world, especially, you know, once you get comfortable and you can start, you know, venturing out and spreading your wings a little bit, as far as, you know, getting a little bit of speed and this and that. You know, because let me tell you, going 100 miles per hour on a motorcycle is like, you might as well be going. That's like going 50 miles per hour in a car. It's
just gonna say the same thing. That's cruising.
It's cruising, like literally, like you look down, like you just be, you know how we ride, right? You know, if you're just like riding and you're just like cruising, you know, you kind of lay on a tank, you have your one hand in, you just chilling, like you literally just chilling. Like when you see people, if you're on a road and you see somebody pass you on a motorcycle and they're like laying on the tank a little bit, they got they got one hand on the bike and they're kind of tucked. That person is literally just zoned out. Like they're just riding. You know what I'm saying? They're just comfortable. They might be listening to music, but they're just chilling. But that person could be doing 100 miles per hour and don't even realize it. They just look. You look down and be like, "Damn, I'm doing 110," and don't even know. You're just cruising. But all that to say this, man, like I said, it's the best feeling in the world. Once you get used to your bike, you get comfortable with your bike, and you spread your wings a little bit, and you get all of that. All of that experience under your wings. It's the best feeling in the world. So we appreciate you coming on to the show and sharing those experiences, the good, the bads. You know, now that you're back on your bike, congratulations, you're back on the bikes. and you know what I'm saying, and moving forward with the bike scene, I should say. You know, it takes a strong person to do that, especially almost being ran over. That's crazy. So it takes a strong person to do that, and we commend you. We applaud you, and you know what I'm saying, again, hopefully a lot of people learned a lot from your experiences. So again, we appreciate you for coming on. It was a dope show. I feel it was a dope show. I got to talking a little bit because I'm excited about the whole bike thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm only sharing my experiences like I'm the one being interviewed on the show. But listen, you know, when we talk about the bike stuff, man, that's what comes out. You know what I'm saying? And the cars are cool, but like the bikes is just a whole different world. And you don't understand it until you actually be on it. Once you're on a bike, you're like, oh, okay, I know what these people are talking about. Like it's different. You know what I'm saying? But thank you once again, Shannon. I'm gonna go ahead and actually throw it over to my guys, Garage Gym and Modern Day Muscle, for any last words to you or to the people that's chopping it up in the comment section.
Hey man, I just want to thank you for coming on the show, man. Coming to hang out with us. You're not in the comment section, you know what I'm saying, taking care of business. But you know what, we love that, you know, you take that time out still and support us in that way. And you know what I'm saying, that goes a long way, man. You know what I'm saying, just you being there and making sure we ain't got no craziness happening in the comment section, man. Salute to all of our moderators too. You know what I'm saying, that's handling that for us, man. You guys are definitely, you know what I'm saying, y'all help the show. Let's just say that. Without y'all, the show probably crashed already. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but hey, I'm gonna have a gift for you coming up here pretty soon also. So I will be seeing you sometime later on this week. And we're gonna chop it up, man, and hang out for a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, just wanted to say, you know, thanks for coming on the show. You know, it's been a while. It's been a while since we all hung out. As you know, it used to be, you know, hanging out at Paul's house, right? And I definitely feel like now I try to put no pressure on Paul, but I definitely feel like that needs to happen soon.
I agree.
But,
it's time.
You know what I'm saying? No pressure or nothing, but
no pressure, Paul. No pressure.
But those joints were lit. Just saying. Those joints were lit. If you know, you know, it was cool.
They were.
You know what I'm saying? It was real cool. You know, and you know, I'm just happy that you know, we've, you know what I mean, everybody has just maintained friendship, you know what I mean? And you know, we're here now talking on the show, and it's a beautiful thing, you know what I mean? And you know, again, just thank you, and you know, I can't wait to see where our friendship leads.
Absolutely.
Shannon, aka Let's Rise, any last words for the peoples?
Well, I have some for you guys. So I want to say thank you guys for allowing me to come on. I know I'm not the big YouTuber like you guys said at first, but you know, I do think that some of us smaller people, we don't want to get behind the camera, but we do have stories to tell too. So I appreciate you guys taking the time out for us and letting us tell our side of it too. So I thank you guys a lot. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excuse my voice.
No problem.
Yeah, Shannon must have had a party night last night, guys.
I didn't even go out the house yesterday. That's the crazy part. I wish I had a better story to tell. But I appreciate you.
You know what though? There is no smaller people. At the end of the day, like you know, it's just you know, one thing I hate that I'm gonna say I hate. I guess the one downfall with our schedule when it comes to the live shows is that we only do it about once a week. Sometimes on Thursdays as well, but the main thing is about once a week. So we only have, you know what I'm saying, we have people literally booked out for months because it's only one time a week. Right. And it just so happens that, like I said, you know, for some reason we came out with a bang. Again, you know, thank you and big blessings. We don't take that for granted, but you know, we were able to get on some pretty, you know, notable social media people. So, but again, I don't want people to think that, you know, we're ignoring or we're not seeing, you know, kind of the, you know, I hate to call them smaller people, but you know what I'm saying, the people that may not have a big presence on the social media platform, we're not definitely doing that. So, like I said, so we definitely want to bring everybody on as well, because everybody again has a story to tell. And I mean, you're not even you don't even have a YouTube. You know, you say you want to get more comfortable with the camera. But hey, we can help you with that, by the way. You know what I'm saying? If you want to do that.
Yep,
but,
definitely.
Yeah, we could definitely help you. But at the end of the day, you know, I mean, you're not even a YouTuber. So, you know, and so, like I said, our platform is not just going to be for, YouTubers or this and that. It's just a platform for anybody to be able to come on and share their stories and things like that. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got, you know, interesting stories. You know, everybody has a story, I should say. You know what I'm saying? Nobody has a dull, you know, you may, some people be like, oh man, I ain't got nothing going on. But when you actually start talking about it, you be like, damn, I did have a lot of crazy things that happened to me. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So at the end of the day, like I said, it was nothing for us. And you're part of the home team. I mean, you're here, your hometown. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, I met you a couple years ago. I know you've known Garage Gym for a little bit longer than that, and you know what I'm saying, Model Day Muscle. So at the end of the day, it was only right for us to make sure that you could come on to a platform and be able to tell your side of the story, tell everything you got going on, and everything that you had going on in your life. You know what I'm saying? Where you're going from here. So that was a no question, no brainer. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you for coming on. And you know, and at the end of the day, hopefully it won't be the last time either. You know, we'll definitely bring you on again whenever you you know, get yourself another bike, or you get yourself another car, or you get yourself, you know what I'm saying? You
the Hellcat.
Whatever it is, we definitely gonna you know what I'm saying, definitely bring you back on, and we're gonna you know, chop it up with that as well. So Shannon, aka Ladies Let's Ride, one more time. Hey, all her information is in the description below. Make sure you guys go check her out, man. Go over there. I guess you know, normally we say go to the YouTube channel, comment Free Smoke Squad, but hey, go to her last picture and tell her you're coming from Free Smoke. You know what I'm saying? If you're not already there, man, make sure you hit that follow button. You know, follow everything she got going on. As y'all can see, man, she already got a dope whip, man. She got the bike on there as well. So make sure y'all go follow her. And then, like I said, man, go to that last picture right there with the 300, and be like, yo, Free Smoke Squad in the building. You know what I'm saying? By the way, as Garage Jimmy said, she is a moderator here, man. She be working on buttons, kicking people out left and right. So she is fully involved with the Free Smoke. She's a true Free Smoke Squad member. You know
I love that timeout button, so don't play around.
Don't play with her. Don't play with her. Quick.
Get that joint quick.
Too. Hey, but I must say this though. Sometimes she's very fair because she give you a warning. She be like,
yes,
time.
Yep. I've seen that.
Yep. One more time, yeah, it's gonna be a timeout.
You gotta go.
She's like, hey, foul on the play, but that's a warning though.
Exactly.
Keep playing. So she definitely gave you a warning, so that's what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, Shannon, one more time, we greatly appreciate you for coming on. Like I said, it was a dope show. It was fun for us. Hopefully, it was fun for you. Being on the other side of normally just watching again, being on the other side of the screen, and hopefully it was enjoyable. And again, we can't wait to have you back on here. So other than that, hey, everybody else, have a happy, what is this, Labor Day weekend, the rest of your Labor Day weekend. Don't forget, man, every single Sunday at 7:00 p.m. Eastern, we go live. Next week we got Staying Mode next week. Staying Mode in the building. You know what I'm saying? Next Sunday. So make sure y'all come through and chop it up with us. Ladies, that's why I will be in there with her trigger finger ready. You know what I'm saying? Ready on the button. And but yeah, we got Staying Mode, and also every single night of every weekday, 7:00 p.m. Eastern, we have a video that drops for automotive news of the culture, man, Free Smoke style. You know what I'm saying? Also, don't forget, as I think it's been Modern Day Muscle who's been dropping the link consistently. Yo, Free Smoke Official. Oh, that was your Garage, Jimmy?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, or
there goes again, right? Coming again, guys. So you guys
there you go. Free Smoke Official.
Go get your shirts, guys. Go get them.
freesmokeofficial.com. I keep saying wanting to say at Gmail. That's our email. But freesmokeofficial.com. Free Smoke Apparel is now ready. As you can see, man, we got women's shirts in there as well, man. We got men's shirts. We got For the Culture, man. Free Smoke, Free Smoke Biatch. We got everything in there, man. So make sure y'all go check it out. Again, these are things that are only the beginning. This is things just right now that we wanted to drop right now, so people could, start shopping, and represent some of that Free Smokes, apparel. But we got a lot of more things coming. That's going to be, much more things available. Other accessories, other articles of clothing like hoodies and leggings and, whatever, things like that, keychains, hats. I mean, we're going to have all kind of stuff, man. But we got a few things that's available right now, man. So make sure you guys go check that out, man. freesmokeofficial.com. That's all we got for y'all today. As we always say, we appreciate y'all for rocking out with us, man. Bless up to everyone out there. Big time salute and shout out to the Free Smoke Squad. Shout out to Shannon, aka Ladies Let's Ride. And again, man, we are Free Smoke. And if you don't know, we do this for the culture. We out of here. Salute to everybody. Have a happy rest of your weekend. We'll see you guys back here tomorrow night when a video drops. We out of here.